to all Gunners fans around the world. Hi to all football lovers all around the world. I wish each and every single person watching this podcast at the moment a very, very happy new year. Season's greetings. I wish everybody a prosperous year ahead. You are most welcome to the Arsenal Alchemy, and today, as usual, there's so much joy for the Arsenal fans. There's so much joy, being an Arsenal fan at the moment. We just successfully dispatched Bournemouth 3-2. And immediately it happened. I was like, no, I'm coming to address people. But before I go further, please do like. You guys are doing great, but do like and subscribe. We want more people. We want more engagement. We want more likes and share. We want more of these things to grow the channel. Now, without further delay, I'm going to talk about the game. So we saw the lineup of the game. We knew this game will be another tricky game. I'm tired of saying this. I say this for almost every game. Every game is tricky. Every game you must, give your 101% to go over the line to win it, which is exactly what we are doing at the moment. Every single game has its challenges. Every single game is different. Every single game is like a banana skin. We cannot afford to lose points anywhere. We saw what happened. The worst team in the league a couple of weeks ago. We thought it was going to be a walk in the park against Wolves, but we barely won that game. We just scraped through. So this particular tie looked like it was going to be an upset. Don't forget that this team beat us home and away last season. They were the only team to beat us home and away. They beat us home and away last season. And even though they haven't won in about 10 or 11 games, Bournemouth was always going to be a tough game. So we had to come prepared. We had to activate our game plan to perfection, and which is exactly what we do. What we did. The game started. We saw the lineup. It was a very, very changed lineup. The back four remained as it was. Declan Rice came back to the midfield, which was such a blessing. Such a blessing. You could see what this guy means to our game. You could see what he means to this team. Like I said, his position cannot be alternated. Nobody can play the way he does. So it was very refreshing seeing Declan Rice. But the main changes were in the wings. Noni Madueke came in for Bukayo Saka, and Martinelli came in for Trossard. Now, there was a lot of tinkering and there was a lot of debate on who was going to start in the number 9 position, but Mikel Arteta decided to stick with Gyökeres. And it was a good decision. Now, the game started and we were trying to control the game. Then, not until one moment of madness from our most reliable centre-back, the most reliable centre-back in the league, the most reliable centre-back arguably in the world. Now, he made a mistake. I really don't understand how he made that mistake. And in the 10th minute, through a misplaced pass by Gabriel Magalhães, he gave the ball to Edilson, and he slotted the ball into the back of the net. And like I said, I don't know how Gabriel Magalhães made that mistake, because it was funny. I think he wanted to square the ball back across to Uren Timber. I don't think he saw Ed Milson there, so he squared the ball Evan Nilsson, and he squared the ball, and of course, Evan Nilsson got the ball and slotted it at the back of the net. Now, this same thing that we talk about, Raya. If these things happen, you'd never ever see Raya in his position. He is always away. I'm not saying he's to blame for this, but immediately, the only place I blame him is immediately Gabriel got the ball, he should have screamed for the ball to be passed back to him instead of Gabriel playing it across. But when these things happen, it's always a free and open net. We saw the game against Real Madrid when Saliba lost possession. We saw the game against Crystal Palace last season, and a couple of other games we had. This kind of things happen. You don't ever see the keeper at least stay in your position. But I'm not going to blame him for that, and I'm not going to blame Gabriel for that, because Gabriel made up for his error through it was a kind of a set piece goal, but it was I credit it mostly to Noni Madueke. He did some good work on the right side, and he crossed the ball. Victor Gyökeres missed it. I don't know how he missed it, but it seemed like even if Gabriel hadn't scored it, I think we would have gotten a penalty, because Victor Gyökeres was hacked. He missed it. Martinelli got the ball, shot the ball. It was blocked, and it fell kindly to Gabriel Magalhães, and he duly slotted in, making up for his error, which was fantastic. This guy is a leader. This is why I said he's the best centre-back in the world. Anybody can make a mistake, but to go and be the one that scores the equalizer, that is a script you don't get to write. This guy, he is so enigmatic. I'm telling you, he's really, really a gift to us. He's a germ of a player for us. Now, the first half ended 1-1. Gyökeres did well, contained the Bournemouth defenders. And of course, the man of the hour, the man that has been in the news, which is Semenyo. He started. There was this rumor that Man City has bought him already, but they said, no, you must play Arsenal first, and you must do very well against Arsenal. But he played, and he didn't really exert himself. You could see he didn't want to get injured. That's what I felt, because I know he could be better than what we saw today. Fantastic player. And so he played, but he didn't have any effect on the game. Most of what he was doing was trying to do the long throws, because he's a long throw specialist. Maybe that is part of what Manchester City is buying him for. But he was very ineffective in the game, especially the first half. Second half started, we were much, much better. We started passing the ball better. We started to control the ball better. And even we started to press much better. So it was no surprise that Martin Odegaard duly slotted the ball kindly to Declan Rice, who took a very nice shot from the edge of the box, just about outside, and it caught Petrovic, the Bournemouth keeper, and it was 2-1. After a few minutes, I think the 71st minute, we doubled our lead through very good work from Odegaard again, who squared the ball to Saka. Saka, in turn, assisted Rice, who who slotted in his second goal of the day and our third goal. Now, Bournemouth did pull one back, a very, very nice shot. I was angry because the through Krupi, I was angry because we gave him a lot of space. I didn't know why they could give him that kind of space. Maybe they just thought if he shoots from there, no way he's gonna be Raya. But he did. It was a perfect strike. And all of a sudden we went under pressure like we do in most of our games, you know. We went under pressure. It was but I think we saw it off comfortably. After the goal they scored, nobody was our keeper wasn't threatened. We just controlled it very well, and in fact we didn't. The good thing we did was we didn't sit back to defend. We attacked more. We could see Saka running the lines, keeping possession, and that was what we did till we saw out the game. At the ending, you know, Semenyo played a free kick and he played some throwing at some point. But we handled everything very well. We handled it. Nobody scores more than 2 goals against us. Nobody scores more than, I think it's been like 3 years since we conceded 3 goals in a game. And we're not going to start today. So it was a fantastic victory for us. But I'd like to talk about something I noticed in this game. Now, I have been very hard on Victor Gyökeres, but even the commentators spoke about his function in this team. You could see what he brings to the team, actually. He engages not one defender, but 2 or 3 defenders. He makes them run more. He makes them reluctant to charge forward. Now, I felt, from what I saw, I didn't think this was a game to bring in Gabriel Jesus. This wasn't a game to bring in Gabriel Jesus because the Bournemouth defenders were very physical. They don't allow you take a touch. You have to be bullish against them. You have to be rugged against them, which is what Gyökeres offers. And I would have liked for Gyökeres to have played 90 minutes in this game. I would have liked it because when Gabriel Jesus came in, we were much better. In fact, the Bournemouth players charged forward. They became braver and they decided to charge forward, keeping us, you know, under pressure. And like I said, I don't think it was a game for Gyökeres to come off. If you are going to make a change, probably bring in a Havertz. You know, I know he's not 100%, but you just bring him because it's like for like. You know, I think this game was a game where whoever is playing has to be rough. You have to be physical, and that was what Gyökeres offered us. And it's true that whenever he plays, he engages the defenders. He keeps them very busy and it creates space. We saw it with the Declan Rice strike, particularly the first goal. 2 or 3 defenders were on Gyökeres. He freed himself and moved aside for the Declan Rice strike. You know, and it became a clean strike. So he offers a lot. The only bad thing is he's not scoring. And I don't think we create enough clear-cut chance for him. I think it's 2 things. You can make a case that we don't create for him. And you can also make a case that his movement to get to the ball when a cross comes is not very good. I think he's a yard or 2 overweight. I think he's kind of too bulky. He is still a very good player, and I will keep him. I will keep playing him. We hardly lose when he starts. If you notice that, we hardly lose when he starts. So I will keep him and keep using him the way we've been using him. Another point I want to make is Hincapi. I think Hincapi is finally coming around. I thought he had a very, very good game in that left fullback. I thought he did very, very well. He was making some runs, even pulling out some very good crosses. You know, in the absence of Calafiori, and I know usually our left back substitute is usually Miles Lewis Kelly, but I've always said it. Miles Lewis Kelly doesn't make us better in defending. He doesn't really make us better. Maybe he doesn't have the physique. He doesn't have the physical ability to impose himself in games. So I feel he's always very easily dispossessed. And sometimes he uses his body to fall. And it's risky. You might fall and the referee wouldn't blow. And, it could cost us a goal. So Hincapi is more rugged. Hincapi is rough. Hincapi reads the game better. I thought he had a fantastic game. The only person I felt was a bit off today was Uren Timber, which is fine. Probably he didn't want to exert himself so much, but Zubimendi and Declan Rice in the midfield were the usual reliable self, especially Declan Rice today, coming back from an injury and scoring a brace. That is fantastic. He was man of the match. Apart from the goals, he was everywhere as usual, full of energy, linked up with the attack so well. Now, Odegaard, people have been talking about Eze. Why is Eze not getting, but, you have to look at the way Odegaard is playing. Odegaard is going back to his very best. The 2022-2023 season. This looks like the Odegaard of that time. Already you can see every game, the last 4 games, if he doesn't score, he creates. That is what we want from Odegaard. If he doesn't score, he creates. His GA has started coming up again. It's piling up. He's at his best. He is even defending much better. You don't knock him off the ball easily. I am so happy. I am so proud. I wish I can come back to that form, the form of 22-23, where he scored 15 league goals and about 9 assists. If he can come to that form, it would be fantastic. This is another game where it was tricky. This is another game where we have to prove ourselves, because recently our away performances were very shaky, were not convincing enough. We were winning some of them, but they were not very convincing. We were not stamping our authorities in those games. Now, not many people will go to Bournemouth and pick a win. It's a hard place. I know they haven't won in 10, 11 games, but in their home, nobody has won them there. They've been drawing, but they've been losing away. That is a problem. They've been losing away. So they are still a very, very tough team to beat. They are young. They are energetic. They play with so much vitality, and they are very, very skillful, tactical, technical players, a lot of them. So this was a fantastic win. Let me know what you guys think about the game on Thursday against Liverpool. That's a tough game. Any day Liverpool is a tough game. I know they're going through a patch of form, but you can be assured that when they see us, they are going to raise their game. They will be up for it. They don't want us to win the league. So they are going to play for their lives in that game. Who do you think should start? Should we start Gabriel Jesus, or do we stick with Gyökeres? I think we should stay with Gyökeres. I think we should stay with him. But you let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you feel. Let me know if you want to go all out with Gabriel Jesus or Victor Gyökeres. Congrats to all Gunners fans around the world. Congrats to everybody for this fantastic win. We are not even talking about clean sheets no more. All we want is 3 points on the board. 3 points on the board. Right now, that is all we want. Against Liverpool, 3 points. If the game ends 6-5 in favor of us, I will take it. I don't care about clean sheets no more. So far, we outscore our opponent. And that will be all for today. Please do like and subscribe this channel. I'll come up before the Thursday game and give you more content. You all have a blessed day and a wonderful year ahead. Goodbye and God bless.